Good morning everyone. I am Dr. M. Sathya, Associate Professor of English, SFR College for Women, Sivagasi. Today we are going to see Jane Austen's novel Emma. Jane Austen was a celebrated English novelist who wrote 6 major novels including Pride and Prejudice and Emma. Born in 1775, she was the 7th of 8 children in a close-knit literary family. Educated primarily at home, she began writing at a young age. Jane Austen's major works include Sense and Sensibility, Pride and Prejudice, Mansfield Park, Emma, Northanger Abbey, Persuasion. About Jane Austen's works. During the Regency era in which she lived and wrote, it was common for women writers to publish anonymously or under male pseudonyms. This was due to the societal belief that writing was not a suitable profession for a woman, particularly in the public sphere. Her novels were published anonymously during her lifetime, crediting the author only as a lady. Her novels are known for their social commentary, wit, and exploration of themes such as marriage, social class, and the role of women. She used subtle irony and psychological depth to critique the hypocrisy and snobbery of her time. Her works were published anonymously during her lifetime, and she never achieved public fame. She died in 1817 at the age of 41, but her reputation grew posthumously, and she is now considered one of the most important writers in the English language. Jane Austen's Emma story in a nutshell. Emma, a novel by Jane Austen, was published in 1815. It centers on Emma Woodhouse, a clever, beautiful and wealthy young woman who lives with her father in the fictional village of Highbury, England. The novel's central conflict revolves around Emma's belief that she is an expert matchmaker. She decides to take on a new project, finding a suitable husband for her friend Harriet Smith, a sweet but naive young woman of uncertain parentage. Emma's meddling, however, leads to a series of comedic misunderstandings and social missteps that challenge her confidence and her understanding of both herself and her community. The story is a comedy of manners that explores themes of social class, marriage, and the importance of self-knowledge. It is also a psychological study of a flawed but likable heroine who must learn from her mistakes to achieve maturity and ultimately find happiness in her own life. Marriage as a social and economic necessity. For most women in Austen's time, marriage was the primary and often only means of securing financial stability and social status. This reality is vividly shown through various characters. The first character, Harriet Smith, as a young woman of unknown parentage, Harriet's social standing is tenuous. Emma's misguided attempts to elevate her through marriage to a gentleman like Mr. Elton or Frank Churchill reflect the desperation to improve her friend's lot. Mr. Knightley's sensible advice, which is ultimately proven right, is that her most suitable match is the respectable farmer Robert Martin, who can offer her a secure, happy life. The next character is Miss Bates. Her unmarried state and limited income make her and her mother objects of pity, as they are dependent on the kindness of others. Her situation underscores the precariousness of life for single women without a fortune. Jane Fairfax. Despite her superior talents and education, Jane is forced to contemplate a degrading career as a governess because she lacks the wealth to remain single. Her secret engagement to Frank Churchill, though based on love, is a clandestine arrangement due to his independence on his wealthy aunt, further highlighting how social and financial considerations dictate romantic possibilities. The ideal of a companionate marriage. While acknowledging the social and economic realities, Austen's ultimate ideal is a marriage based on a deep intellectual and moral connection. This is embodied in the central relationship between Emma Woodhouse and Mr. Knightley. Their relationship is built on a foundation of frank criticism and mutual growth. Mr. Knightley acts as a moral guide for Emma, and their constant intellectual sparring reveals a deep understanding and respect for one another. Unlike the other couples, their union is not about gaining status or wealth, as both already possess it. Their marriage is a partnership of equals, and they choose to live at Hartfield to accommodate Emma's father, demonstrating that their bond is founded on love and selflessness rather than convention. Their marriage is the culmination of Emma's journey from a misguided meddler to a mature, self-aware individual capable of true partnership. The structure of Highbury society. Jane Austen uses the rigid social hierarchy of Regency England as a fundamental framework in Emma, illustrating how class dictates everything from social interactions to marriage prospects. The novel's world, the village of Highbury, is a microcosm of English society with a clear class structure. The gentry. At the top are the landed gentry, represented by the Woodhouses of Hartfield and Mr. Knightley of Donwell Abbey. Their wealth and status are inherited, not earned, granting them immense influence and privilege. They are the social arbiters of the community, and their actions set the standards for everyone else. The professional and middling classes. This group includes people like Mr. Elton, the vicar, Mr. Weston, a former tradesman, and the impoverished Miss Bates and her mother, whose status is based on their connection to a past vicar. Their positions are less secure than the gentry's and often depend on the favor of those above them. The second set. Below these are characters like Harriet Smith and Robert Martin, a respectable farmer. Harriet's ambiguous parentage makes her social standing precarious, while Robert Martin, though prosperous, is firmly a farmer, a class that Emma initially believes is beneath her own. The setting of Highbury. Highbury, the setting of Jane Austen's novel Emma, is more than just a backdrop. It functions as a microcosm of Regency society, reflecting the confined world and limited worldview of its characters. The small insular geography of the village intensifies the significance of social interactions, gossip, and reputation. It mirrors Emma's own narrow perspective, where minor misunderstandings and misjudgments have outsized consequences. Within this small community, Austen uses social events like dinners, picnics, and parties to create opportunities for character interactions, dramatic revelations, and conflicts. By keeping the narrative contained with this small world, Austen is able to conduct a detailed study of the social dynamics of class, gender, and morality. Jane Austen's Emma is both a witty social comedy and a profound exploration of human character. Through the story of Emma Woodhouse, her pride, mistakes, and eventual self-discovery, Austen highlights themes of marriage, class, love, and personal growth. The novel demonstrates that true happiness lies not in social ambition or vanity, but in humility, self-awareness, and genuine affection. With its blend of irony, moral insight, and lively characters, Emma remains a timeless study of society and the journey towards maturity. Thank you.